Hey guys, it's Will here with Wizards Comics doing an official video on the Citadel contrast paints. Got here a pre-painted model that's been painted with the Grayseer, which is their paint-on alternative to the spray of the same name, which they haven't got in yet. They were held at the border for all the Canadian stores. So I'm going to go with you guys, and for my first, or I guess second opinion, if you guys have seen my first video, we're going to go together, going to follow along with me, and we're going to paint this sort of Games Workshop style. So, first off, you're going to apply your paint, your base, with the Gray Seeker, or Seer base, all over a primed model. This one was primed black. I did 2 layers of this paint. With that, we're going to go into it, and we will be back momentarily after a word of our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Wizard Comics and Collectibles in Sherwood Park, your one-stop shop for RPGs, comics, TCGs, board games, and other sorts of games including Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, and Infinity. If you're interested in shopping for comics and getting the latest variants, stop and by for a free comic subscription that will save you 10% off all purchases in store. And call now and see how you can get some awesome savings, including some of the products in this video. Okay guys, we're back after our sponsor. We're going to start here with using our Fyreslayer contrast, doing these skins, making sure we shake it, pop it, using the lip here, kind of just get it onto our bristle, wipe it off a bit. Now you're supposed to use this thick, so for all of you who've been painting before, we don't want to wipe off excess. Then we're just going to go with the brush, using half the bristle, don't go past half. We're just going to apply it to the model into the areas that we want. Make sure we don't let it super pool, but you don't also have to push this around all over. This is supposed to go on thick. In the areas that it dries, it will highlight for you. Ooh, I can speak, I swear. So when we come back, we're going to see the finished result of that. Yes, we're back. So we just finished the basing of the skin, as you can see on the model here. So the model's still wet. We got it right here. So just like a wash, you want to let it sit for about 10 minutes to let it fully sit in. We went in, loaded it up, but we didn't load up too much. We pushed away excess using our brush after washing it off. Then you're just going to go in there and make sure it's not super dark. Letting some white in will help it dry faster and will help with the highlighting, as long as you got all the area covered in the color. If you really want to, you can go in with another layer, but that's if you want to go really darker or you spread too much. And with that, you probably want to wait an hour, just because it's still wet. But in the 10 minutes, it'll be dry enough that you can do any excess work that you want to do, like edge highlighting. So that, we're going to go on to our next spot here, which is the Snakebite leather, which is this guy right here. Snakebite leather. We're going to do the boots and the wrapping around the axe. So just like the last one, we're going to load up our brush, so we're about that consistency, if you can really see it. We're just going to go here just like we did with the skin, and we're just going to go and hit the boots and any other leathers like the belts and the wrappings around on the axe. So with that, we'll come back to you guys after we finish that. So we'll see you in the next part of this video. And with that guys, we are back with the model here. We just finished all the leathers, including on the handle on here guys. So far so good. Of course, if you make any messes, make sure you keep, even if you use the spray, having this grace here on the side, just to touch up some spots will help. Or you can use a darker color, so you go lighter to darker on painting the model. That way you can just go over with the darker color. Speak about darker colors, we now move on to our faux metallics and your other like whites and grays. using I can't really say the name, so sorry if I butcher it. I call it like a balsamic because I'm making fun of the balsamic vinegar. It's this boil right here. This is their grayish blue wash used for, great for metallics. In my other video we did it. Of course, again, we're just getting the tip after shaking it, covering half our bristle. We just want to go to all the metals here, anything that's going to be metal like chains or the handle of axes for the corn guys, or anything you want to be a gray color, possibly like the pants or wrappings and bandages and all that. And when we come back, we'll show you what the finished part of this looks like. Yeah, so we're back. We just finished the grays. So at this point, we're basically just almost, we could be done. So taking a quick look here, once this finally dries, we'll have the finished product, so you guys can see it on our page or in the end of this video. But what's any good corn boy without some red? And today we're going to be doing the closest thing we can get, some Flesh Tear Red. We're going to be using this for the armor. So we're going to do like we normally do. Get our paint, give it a good shake. Gonna get our brush, load the bristles up halfway, and we're just going to apply it onto the part of the model that we want red. So we're just going to apply it to here, being careful to use our bristles. Make sure you always redo the bristles so you have a nice point. Games Workshop pots have one built in for all their brushes, so you can run it through the side and it'll make the bristle for you. Or if they're starting to spread, try some brush soap. That stuff will help, and they usually have conditioner, so it'll keep your bristles lasting nice and long. So with that, we'll come back to this, and we'll see you guys at the end of the video. Hey guys, we're back for the final part of this video. We just finished the model, so we've got the basing dried. We just finished the reds. So we're going to be going into that. That's going to be it for the model. So you guys take a look in the video down here. We have the model on display here. Do a nice little spin around so you guys can see. This model will be in the store, so you guys can take a look for yourself when it's dry. I know on the video stuff that we have, it's a little bit harder to see the drying of the highlight, but it does do some of that. So where there's the least amount of wash, it will dry, so I'll have a highlight, and where it's darker, it will dry like a shade. So some tips for this before we get a little say from Glenn here on his opinion, have an outside view. This is a paint used best for hard armies, so you may see this one guy and be like, there's not much detail, or I could do more with edge highlighting, which you can't. Like we've seen them do a lot of cool stuff with the paints itself on the website, but it is best in a horde army. So once they're all together, you're going to see like them blend in, and it's going to look nice. Besides that, some tips. Remember, keep your brush tip pointy. Brush control, using half the bristle, don't fully load it up, and making sure you just wash off your brush before you go to the next color, going from lighter to darker. That way you don't stain some of your paints like washes. So with that, we're going to get Glenn in here to see his opinion and take a look at the model. Alright, we're here with Glenn.
Hello. So let me take a look-see at this spoil.
So, as a note, Glenn is not paid. He is a guest. This is his first time seeing this in use in person.
In person, yeah. It's good. It takes minutes. Like he said, good for horde armies. I was thinking about it, but with me as a Drukhari player, I would prefer it the old-fashioned way. But that's me. I'm not you. You're not me. But it takes, like he said, seconds, minutes, just for like this to be done. Like minutes in one day too. I really suggest it for you horde players out there. Tyranids, ogres, goblins, orcs, stuff like that. No, I really prefer.
So the other sale pitch that they had with this was it was good for beginners. Would you agree with this?
Yes, very good with beginners. Definitely would suggest it for you new ones out there.
Yeah, another one we highly recommend them for is the unpainted D&D minis. I know a lot of you players out there go in wanting a pre-painted because you can't paint. But with this, we've showed you what you can do. If you go with a smaller brush and a little bit of time, you can get a pretty good show. And they do come pre-primed, so all you got to do is add the base coat on, or when they do come out, you can reuse the spray paints and just spray them with a light coating and you should be good. With that, I think we're going to sign off. So this was Will with a Wizards review of the Citadel Contrast Paint with guest Glenn. We can get Bryce on, but hopefully Bryce will see this video and he can leave his little comment down below. If you guys want any more information, want to see any other painting stuff, maybe even do some painting tutorials or modeling, I have some friends that can join us, and we just leave your comments down below and tell us what you want to see. So that's it. We're going to go. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, the usual. We'll see you in the next video.